Time for another update on Dungeon 23. That's right, I have continued to do Dungeon 23, primarily using it, again, just for fun and for something to try to do daily. I've been using 4 Against Darkness mostly because it is a very easy tool to use for making dungeons. Here's the map. This one's pretty extensive, actually, and I went pretty thematic with this one. And I think this actually is a pretty useful scenario, I think, or map that I can use and build a scenario around. This would probably be a big dungeon crawl, a tomb, some kind of mummy lord or undead lord or something like that. And the idea is that it's very heavily undead themed and or pests related to the undead in various places throughout, but there's also big chunks of the dungeon that are actually secret. So, it'd take some digging. You may just, as you investigate, maybe you just see this little stretch, and maybe you just see this little stretch, but there's this whole centerpiece that's primarily reached through secret doors. And I thought that that could be pretty neat, that there's a whole extra section of the dungeon that's difficult to find and rewards searching. The other thing that, when I was rolling up some ideas for it, you'll notice that there's this sort of uneven section on the top. And what that ended up being is the idea there was a lot of water motif and flooding and that sort of thing. So the idea is that the underground area in the back is flooding. And so these rooms in the back enter into, this one enters into the water generally, and these rooms are partially or fully flooded, and that will cause its own challenges. I just thought it was a neat little twist. There's also a weird way out. I can't remember what was in room 11. Goblins, which I don't believe I had a lot of goblins in this, so I like the idea that goblins had kind of dug in through the back of the tomb trying to raid for some, tomb goods and what have you. And probably we're not going to have a good time of it because I think down here is where the big bad was. Anyway, that's my Dungeon 23 update. When am I recording this? This is late August. I've been continuing to roll along, so we'll see what the next thing is. I'm not sure if I'm going to use 4 Against Darkness again. I keep wanting to use some other tools, and what I have been using is some other tools for getting flavor and style and what sort of thing. Like I used some random charts to come up with the whole undead and the whole flooded and mushroomy kind of vibe that inspired me to do this partially flooded out tomb. And maybe that's what I'll do again and just use 4 Against Darkness for generating the actual map. And I also have played fast and loose with what it presents. So I might redesign a room a little bit from what's actually rolled up, sometimes expanding it. I know in this case, I think I ended up mirroring a room that was already there. So I think the top part here was sort of the room, and then I didn't put a couple of, anyway, blah, blah, meow, meow. There's no rules, man. This is my game. I don't care. So that's this one. Until the next time, I don't even know when this one's going to go up, so I have no idea how long it'll be before you see a new entry in it. So that's it. Take care.